Why it does this every time. Hey, finally I'm in at the right account. I hope you all can hear me. Um, hmm, I'm not sure that I did it right. Do. Hi, Lisa. I'm going to send everybody who registered. We had 9 people registered, so I'm going to send them the direct link. Just give me a second to do that. I'm going to go off mute for a second while I click and click. How you? I can't hear you though. Oh, wait, maybe my sound is off. Let's try that. No, I still can't hear her. She's not muted. Aw. All right. Well, I'll play around with some settings. I hear puppy. I hear somebody's puppy.
That's my Great Dane. Sorry.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I don't know if
Jack!
could you hear me when I said we had 9 people registered? So I'm gonna go get the direct link and let them sign in.
All right, I'll mute my mic so you don't hear. They're barking at the neighbor.
Hi, Denise. I hope you can hear me. I am trying to go into the system and pull the emails of everybody who's registered so I can send them the link just to make sure that we have everybody covered because we have a lot more registered that signed up for that are showed up today. But it's okay. Either way, we'll get started in a few minutes.
Sounds good. Thanks.
Hello, hello. I just want to make sure I see that we have somebody new come in. I just want to make sure I'm trying. The system is very slow. I don't know how Tim manages all of this. I think it's absolutely impressive seeing how he and his wife manage all of this stuff by themselves. I know they have an assistant who does the marketing, but like this system is a lot. And so I'm like, let me let me just let me just try to gather the emails of the people who are registered, who pre-registered, so I can make sure that they have the link. And if not, if I can't get it together in the next 3 minutes, we'll go ahead and get started because I really want to play a special treat for you all today. A class from someone that I once learned from back in the day, and it's just a little piece of it, but I think it's going to help a lot of us move our businesses forward. So I'm excited about that. Just give me a few more minutes to try and pull these emails. Hey, Lisa, I'm seeing that one of the people that's pre-registered is Peter McCormick. Is that a relative of yours? I can't hear you. I think you're still muted. Let me see if I can unmute you. Okay. Let's go back. All right, it's the system is not cooperating. It might just be my crazy internet out here. So, um, what I'll probably do is leave this screen open, and I think I've got. I'll at least email the people that came before. That's what I'll do. I've gotten three. It's taken me this long to pull 3 emails, y'all. So I'm just gonna grab those 3 emails, and I'm gonna use the ones that from the people who attended last time, although some of those did not register today. And I'm just going to send that out. Let me get into my Queen of Cashflow email account. And if you're coming on today and you're not already receiving email from me or Tim, then I'd like you to drop your email address in the chat. You can make it private to just me if you feel more comfortable that way, but that way I can add you to the mailing list for this event, which I will admit I did not actually do today because I lost track of time. Normally I'm in Granbury and not normally I'm in Granbury. I'm not here. So I didn't even pay attention. You know, that's so sad. I didn't even pay attention to the time because I'm normally not at the office. So I hope that makes some sense. But yeah, that way I can email you all for future reference, especially like if we have anything that we talk about today that I work through on the Excel spreadsheet, and then you want me to send it to you. I like to send them only to the people that showed up. Does that make sense? Like I don't like to just send it blindly out to everybody who wasn't here or didn't register. Okay. So tonight, let me just send this real quick. Tonight, GHT.
Oh, and by the way, Peter is my husband. We're joint members on the website. That's why we both have
Oh,
to register.
well, you don't both have to. Like it
Well,
asks me to
no,
register
no,
my
no, no,
husband, and
no, because the way we pay our fee with as a partnership, his email comes before my email, and then my email is
oh, I see. So then
so
to get to
it
yours, you have to get
it
his.
is, yeah.
Ah, yeah. Okay, okay. I get it
So
now.
so just send it to me. I,
Okay.
I don't think
That's
you
I
have
appreciate
anybody else named McCormick, so
well, there's like 900 people in there that I think that's what Tim said. I don't know because I only access this little part of it. But I think he said there was like 900 people in there that aren't members. So, one of the things with this group, and y'all can help me with this, one of the things with this group is that hopefully it will attract more women investors. And then what we'll be able to do is we'll be able to use this group to not only grow the women group, but to also grow the main group. And so, the membership of the main group. So, I am going to go on mute because I realize I'm taking everybody's time by trying to do 2 things at once. Let me see what's in the chat. Oh, okay. Now, how do I say your name? Is it Manice?
Manice. Yes, Manice. Can you hear me?
Drop that in there. And then what I'm going to do once I'm trying to drop the link to the actual, oops, that's the link to the video for tonight, not the link to the thing. Oh, not copy invite link. There we go. What I'm going to do is I'm going to send this email. And then when I bring up the video of our guest, not really a guest, it's someone who gave me permission to use the content. in the context of a REIA group. I'm going to try and check everybody in the system. So I need y'all to tell me ASAP if me trying to do that messes up this, because what happened last week was I couldn't do two things at once because the system is a little bit clunky, but it's great. It's really great for what it does. It's just because it's so powerful, certain things take a little longer. But I couldn't get everybody checked in. I said, oh, I'll go back and do it later. Well, guess what? Later never comes. It's the same in real estate. Later never comes. So we are quite past our start time. So I'm going to go ahead and just go ahead and open this up. Y'all, my name is JJ Conway. If you have not met me before, I'm JJ Conway. I love real estate. One of the things that I really love about Tim's group is Tim's group, you learn a lot of the real life adventures of a real estate investor, West DFW. You learn a lot of the real life adventures of a real estate investor. And it's not just the glossy, oh, everything's so perfect that you find in other groups. And so one of the things that I like about that is we've got people in the group who do all these different trades. If you need somebody, I'm working on a deal right now where I'm talking with Martin Garcia, one of the legal experts in the group. I'm probably the legal expert in the group, and I'm looking at retaining him to help me with this project, and also as separately using his title company. And so just having a group of people that can help you get the deal done, that is so valuable in this group. And so if you're not already a member, then I hope that you will absolutely jump in the water and join the group for real. Okay. So what we're going to do with that is I'm going to allow everybody, I see that we lost someone. I'm going to allow everybody to just kind of give us a little update on what you're working on and some successes for the week. And if you have a question for the group, you can throw that out while I'm cacking up the video for our guest video for today. You can let us know what's going on, or if you have any questions for the group. Normally it is a lot more people on here. But I think sometimes when we, I don't think I got the video out early enough to let everybody know, but I also didn't want to, how do we say that? I didn't want too many people to come that don't normally come just for one, just for that. I'm not saying that right. Never mind. I'll stop talking now. I'm going to stop talking now. Okay. So I think what it was is I wanted to reward the people who've been coming. Does that feel good? Does that make sense? I wanted to reward the people who've been coming with a little special treat, because what we try to do in this meeting is to support all kinds of women investors, including women whose husbands are investing and they maybe don't understand it, all the way through women who have multiple properties or they're involved in ancillary services and things like that. And so with that, we try to do a kind of an accountability style, or we try to have guest speakers. And so the last meeting for our REIA group, West DFW group, was canceled. So we don't have the accountability piece, and I didn't schedule a speaker because I was planning on doing an accountability piece. I'm very excited that we're going to get that topic next time, looking at how we find these leads and how we find the deals and stuff. I'm really excited about all of that. But for today, we're going to do an excerpt from a training by Vina Jones-Cox, and I'm excited because it's going to be looking at what you do when you get people on the phone. Okay. So while we're going around the room, I'm going to be pulling that up. We can go ahead and start with Lisa, if that's okay. And then I'd love to hear from the other two, what you've done over the last month to help further your real estate investing progress.
This is Lisa McCormick, and I'm still working on the deal to wholesale a 5-acre piece out in Kaufman, Texas. And I've started researching other areas to get more leads through Craigslist. And I'm having some success with that outside of my area. And I do all kinds of real estate, but I do have a lot of experience with trailers or manufactured homes. So that's it.
I do want to get you on the schedule to facilitate a discussion. You've been involved in so many different areas of real estate. We could probably take 4 different months and hit a different area that you're involved in. But just think about it and let me know. I want to try and schedule out 2024, and that way in the title we can actually put the topics. I think that would be really helpful for. Thanks, Lisa. Who would like to go?
I'll go.
Yeah.
I'm Mani's friends. I'm currently in healthcare. I'm just new to real estate investment, so I start listen to a lot of YouTube channel, and I went to a 3 days workshop, I think last month. So I'm just new. I'm just learning right now. So I didn't do anything yet.
Well, I think it's important to get your education and
Mm-hmm.
talk to real world investors first because there's a lot that's said on late night TV and
Mm-hmm.
there's a lot that's said at these conventions
Mm-hmm.
and it's not always applicable to your backyard. So good on you for coming into the group today. Have you been to a West DFW REI group meeting
Actually,
before?
I went to the internet today and I just find this group today. I didn't, yeah, I just, and I end up registered today. So that's the first time I'm attending.
Oh my goodness, that was scary. I couldn't get back to Zoom to unmute myself. Okay, well, fantastic. So, Denise, are you able to kind of talk about where you're at and what you're doing?
Sure. I was just trying to get in here to the office so I can turn on my camera. I'm running around trying to get dinner. So, sure. This is my first ladies real estate meeting with this group. I was excited to find it. I have been to a West DFW REI meeting briefly just a couple weeks ago, but I do have a 9 to 5 that really cramps my style. So I had to leave that meeting a bit earlier just because I had like a major project going on that night that I had to attend. But I did get to meet some folks. I got some information, one of the some of the pamphlets with some of the points of contact and recommended folks to work with. We do, just as a background, my husband and I'm going to switch glasses here real quick. My husband and I do have a few rentals we've had for a while. There's single family buy and hold type situation, which is pretty much all we've known up until this point. I got pretty motivated about a year ago to look at other opportunities in real estate, kind of on my own. I didn't really know. My husband said, "You want to do what? Do you know how to do that?" And I said, "Well, I'm not yet, but I'm working on that." So I did take a bit of training through a group that does real estate training, and we are standing up some different programs to start helping folks and getting out there and start learning more, meeting more people, and partnering where applicable. So we're trying to, well, I am trying to get out to more like RIAs, and I love that there's a women's opportunity as well locally.
So when you say you're looking to get out to more RIAs, you're like basically looking to find more people to collaborate with. I didn't quite understand what the transition was. So you have the long-term buy and holds, but what's the new venture?
Oh, well, I just started, really what caught my eye before I started doing any training was commercial. So I started looking at commercial real estate, talked to a broker, started learning all the whole new language that is commercial. And about that time, I was introduced by a friend to some training and got into that, met some folks there that are not local. And one of their big recommendations is to connect with folks who are local. So that's where I'm, diving in, and how I met, found this group online. So that was great. And just looking to get more plugged in with local folks, just for community, like-mindedness, keep me, like I said, my 9 to 5 gets me totally distracted. And then I got to shift gears back into real estate mode. So I really like to have the like-minded folks.
I just want to jump in for a minute, be extremely careful in commercial right now. There's a lot of commercial debt that's coming due in the next 18 months because my husband, and they can't refinance. So they're trying to sell off properties that may not be in your best interest. So just be, with the rates up. I appreciate that. Yeah, there's a lot out there that they're trying to sell fast. Because they can't refinance it. So just, be really careful. because I've been in apartment complexes, so just I don't have them
Good to
anymore.
know.
But yeah, just be extremely careful.
Will do. Thank you for that. Yeah, I've kind
Yeah,
of shifted focus since I've started. It's funny, as I learn more, I'm like, well, maybe that's not what I want to do. Maybe I
yeah,
want to go this avenue. So
yeah,
still just really into learning as much as I can.
yeah. Well, a commercial property, just so you know, is a 5-plex and above, or even a
Mhm.
trailer park. So those are
Right.
different ways and cheap ways to get into commercial without $1 million, so that just,
Right.
sorry about that, Jay.
Right.
I just,
No,
when
no, I
she was,
appreciate
yeah,
it.
yeah. Okay.
In fact, I wouldn't mind if you expound on that a little more because I've been um I have been involved with commercial for a long time from the leasing side of getting people into a commercial space and then leasing my own commercial space. And now I'm trying to buy one. I was working on a subject to deal, 5,000 square foot thing, and it fell through. And, I was so excited for it and it fell through. But one of the things about commercial, like there's a thing here and they bought it for 230,000. It's just a little standalone small building. And I was like, well, it wasn't suited for what I needed. So I passed on it, but somebody bought it and they slapped some paint and new flooring on it. And now they're selling it for 290. And I'm like, the market doesn't bear that out here because the valuation of commercial property isn't like residential. It's not like how much do people want to pay to live in this neighborhood? It's how much money can I make from this property? And like you might have investors like me who are looking, like I'm first looking for something to use as a training center. That's my first goal. But with that training center, the numbers still have to work for me to make money. It's still, my business still needs to be able to carry that. And so, um, you know, people are getting ridiculous and they're trying to capitalize on the fact that there's so many people coming out of the pandemic and a lot of pandemic businesses are failing. And so now they're trying to find ways to, hey, let me see if I can stick this, as Lisa was talking about, this bad debt on somebody who's unsuspecting and is all excitable about let's do this. And I'm really looking forward to doing more commercial real estate. But when I saw some of these things that are going on, I was like, that is not a deal. That is not a deal to somebody who knows how to value the property. So Lisa, can you I'm trying to pull, my computer is acting ridiculous. So I'm trying to pull up Vina Jones Cox video.
Well,
But
if you
it's,
want to, I can easily
yeah,
talk about this
yeah,
because
let's talk a little bit more about that. And where should somebody be if they want to go into commercial? I love it.
okay, all right. Well, let me just give you what's happening in the market from the financial side. In the next 18 months, they're talking $40 trillion worth of commercial property going under, giving it back to the banks. So the banks are going to be stuck with this. And these are complex buildings, apartment buildings, office buildings, because people aren't leasing offices. People are working remotely, but also the debt has to be refinanced. And when they originally bought it, it was at 3 or 4%. Now it's at 9%. So that's what they're trying to get rid of, a lot of people that are holding it. That's why part of the reason Republic Bank in California went under. They had the commercial and private debt. So that's the financial side of why you got to be really careful who you're buying it from and thinking, why is this selling? Because, you may live where, I know you live in Stephenville and find a property in Dallas you're interested in, but they're not renting out. In fact, a lot of places are making commercial property residential on top and commercial on the bottom, which is a good mix. They do that in Mansfield. So what I'm saying, so that's part of the reason I say be very careful. There's going to be a lot of commercial market and they're going to push it if they think you have the money to finance it, or they might owner finance it and then you get stuck, with it. So that's why the commercial market is shaky right now. And then, like you said, people don't want to rent. Businesses are going under. Restaurants are going under. Bed Bath and Beyond went under. J.C. Penney's went private. So a lot of those empty buildings are out there now. So there's a lot going right. So there's a lot of empty buildings around the Metroplex, including, wherever your training center is going to be in Fort Worth. And I'm just talking commercial, not on the residential side because that has its own problems. But from a financial point, that's what's happening. They're raising rates because a commercial loan is usually 5 to 10 years. And so those loans have to either be refinanced, the building sold, or a lot of them are just giving the property back. It's happening in San Francisco. People are walking away from their buildings. It's happening in Austin. Do not buy anything in Austin. It's because, they lowered 30% of their police budget. So the crime rate is off the, so don't, just to give you an idea of what's going on. It's the same way in Seattle. They lowered so businesses are walking away from their buildings, literally, or their mortgages. So the banks are going to be stuck with all of this debt in the next 18 months. So that's why I said be careful. Now, if you're buying commercial, I would check out the loan because the requirements for the loans are a little bit different. But like I said, a 5-plex is considered a commercial property. But a 4-plex is a plain old mortgage. So it's a different type of loan. The other thing is, like I said, if you find a small trailer park or even a couple of trailers, that's not really commercial, but it can be built into a commercial property once you have a little park-like thing. And they're all over Texas if you find one. But
well, I think we need to do it because I know Lisa, you've done or do trailer park things, and I would like to do a whole themed talk about trailer parks. And because somebody was like, oh yeah, I could just buy one on a credit card, and I'm like, okay, well, what about, are you buying the trailer, are you buying the park, what about your lot fees, what about all these different things, what kind of guarantees do you have in place? But they can be very lucrative, and I think that's something that we want to talk about. And my computer is it's freezing up, and I'm not able to pull the video. And I even reviewed it, y'all. I reviewed it. I had starts and stops, and I even prepared questions. Like, Tim would be so proud of me. I was so prepared for tonight. But I am having trouble calling up her video, so we'll probably do her video next time. But I think what we can do for our time is we can continue on this theme of commercial. And so now I know with interest rates being what they are, and a lot of people are really kind of skittish, but Lisa, in your opinion, do you think, and of course these are all opinions, nobody's going to get sued over this, all right? None of us are lawyers, we don't play it on TV. But do you think that doing the 4-plex with a residential loan is something that's easier to do right now? Is that lucrative, do you think? Because I know where we're at, property values have fallen
I'd
up
like
to 25%.
Yeah, that'd be great.
What's
I
that,
need
Devin?
it tonight.
oh, that wasn't me. Oh,
Okay. I'm sorry, go ahead.
the 4-plex is great if you can find them at a reasonable price. Even at this market value, like I said, that's a residential loan because if you can get it at the right price. And that's because rentals are the next thing for the next 10 years, especially because everybody's moving here, especially in a college town. Because I'm working on a duplex I found on a wholesale deal that I may or may not get it. Somebody might outbid me, but as long as the numbers make sense, I like 4-plexes, just like trailers. And then, like I said, a 5-plex is a different type of loan, but they're building brand new ones up along 635 near Plano. You wouldn't believe the amount of building up there at City Place. And it's because that's where the work is. That's rentals, are crazy for a 2-bedroom, 1-bath. So even though you may not, like I live in Cedar Hill, I might be able to buy a condo or something for a rental property that's in a 4-plex because they sell them individual. It just depends how it is, but that's not, that's residential, not commercial. So it's a different loan, and their loan rates right around now are about 8%. It just depends, on your equity, but I would still buy if you could get the property at the right place, at the right price. Right now, I'm not finding those numbers. I haven't bought in a property in over a year. I'm getting ready to wholesale one, but that's, to give you an idea, because they want too much for their properties. And unless you find a good deal, it's not worth
Yeah, that's
it.
what I'm seeing even in the commercial front, because I really thought with everybody working from home that by now we would see this onslaught of commercial property being offered for pennies on the dollar. Maybe I just need to be more patient and wait a little longer
Oh
and
yeah, because the
get
banks.
marketing out so that I can get those sub-2 deals like, hey, I'll take over your payments. But then if they want to call it due, well, I can't do anything about that if your property isn't turning a profit,
Yeah. So I don't know if you can do a sub-2 in commercial property. That's a lawyer question, but that may be something, if they can't pay, because if you like the building, you can because I've looked at some owner finance deals, but I wouldn't touch them because you just get that feeling that, there's something not right. And I go with my gut. So I'm looking for rentals either in 4-plex or 5-plex or trailers, because that's where our market's going. Younger kids are renting and then they can't afford to buy, or they don't have the credit to buy because there's a lot of debt. People are carrying too much debt.
And that's something where I'm at. Our college has moved up to D1 a year ago, and so they're exploding. And I go back and forth on this one property that I'm trying to acquire, a residential property. I'm going back and forth on renovating it to be roommate style, where each room locks and then they can come in, or doing an Airbnb, because one of my local mentors does Airbnb, and her units are almost always sold out, right? And then, or making it more of an upscale kind of thing, because our people that are coming here to teach, they're not finding non-college student kinds of properties, because everybody's catering to the college students. Mom and dad's paying the bills. And so I juggle all that around, and to me it's a good problem to have, because you never want to take on a property without 2 or 3 exit strategies. Like, if this one doesn't work, I can try this one, I can try that one. And so I'm excited about that. But at the same time, it's like I want to make money, but I also want to do good in the community. And sometimes doing good in the community doesn't mean making the most money. And so I really want to make more money and use that money to do good. Does that make sense? So, hey, Devin, we're glad that you came on. I'm going to try again. I'm having trouble accessing, like, my computer. Windows is really being aggressive with trying to break everything and make you upgrade things. And I'm having a lot of trouble accessing my video. So today, not last night, not 2 weeks ago, but today, my video editing, they replaced the video editing software.
Oh my gosh.
And so I'm
JJ,
like, where's the
I forgot the appointment, and I didn't even see your invite until like half hour ago. And my internet's been in and out in Springtown. So I don't know what's going on either. And I apologize for being so very late. And for Lisa, I have been very interested in trailer parks. Not necessarily in trailers. I'm a fanatical about clean and everything. And I've been told, be careful, because trailer parks invite people, but they don't always take care of their possessions, and it can turn into a mess. And you really have to have rules and regulations, and depends on how many sites you have, whether it's profitable or not. Do you want laundry? Do you want to offer an office? Do you want somebody on site?
The best thing to do with something like that is there are management companies that specialize in that. Okay. And if you have a big enough park, you just buy it and you let them manage it and have your extreme rules. Because somebody I was in a park with did that, and I could get the management company he uses, but that's what I would do. The same way if I owned an apartment complex, which I have, that we had a management company, because we wouldn't have done it. I mean, we did some of our work ourselves to lower some of the stuff, but have a management company. so you don't do it unless, I might buy one trailer or two and have a ton, but no, I would not manage it myself.
No,
Yeah,
I don't have the
yeah.
time.
Yeah.
So there were a couple spaces that came up that had covers. They were already had water, power, and sewer dump
Oh,
in a nice area, but they were asking too much. It didn't make sense.
was it in an apartment? Was it in a trailer park already?
No.
Okay. Oh, how big? Yeah. It depended how big the land was.
Yeah. It had some green grass around it. It was probably less than a quarter acre. And one woman has 4 sites on a quarter acre, all in a row with covers.
Okay. Well,
She
send that
happened
to me.
buy them.
I'd be interested in that.
Yeah,
Oh, and
okay.
one thing I wanted to let you know, because you do ranches and stuff, I have found out through legal means that in the state of Texas, 5 acres can no longer be taxed at agriculture rates. If you have agriculture land, it has to be 10 acres or over.
Yes,
It
I
just
understand.
that rule just came out. I just wanted to let you guys know that if nobody
Did it
else,
just change? Okay.
it just changed this year, because I just found out because I was selling somebody that 5-acre Kaufman property. I almost sold it to them, but because I'm wholesaling it. And they said, Lisa, did you know that the rule just changed, that
Just changed.
you have to have 10 acres for it to be agricultural land? So I'm not a
Well, it makes
land person.
sense.
Yeah. But so if you only have 5 acres and you want to put a couple horses on that, you can't, those acres the horses are on are not taxed as agriculture. And it has to be over 10 acres.
Okay, and that's why when we got here, we bought over 10 acres because we believe that to be true. Also, where your house is, they allocate usually 1 acre for human beings, and
Yeah.
then they try and then the balance of your land would be then taxed as agricultural.
Correct.
But
Yes.
it has to now be at
Over
least 10 acres.
Yes.
Thank you. Thank you for that. I didn't know that just changed, but I did believe
Yeah.
that.
I don't
Okay.
have the legal anything. I was just told by another investor that does land deals. But I'm sure, and it's expected. So
Yes, thank you.
You know
Okay.
what, Lisa? I keep forgetting you're a realtor. I may need to ask you to do some work, because there's a property off of I-20 and 281 that I'm interested in, but I'm like waiting to see what's going to happen, and will it bottom out for me?
are you talking to me?
Are you talking to me?
Oh, wait.
I'm
thought,
not.
are you both realtors?
I'm
Yeah.
not. I'm not a realtor.
I
I'm
am
not
a realtor.
Okay.
It's okay. I am a realtor.
Well-
I'm running my real estate business while I'm trying to invest.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay,
and-
that's right. That's right. You're one of the precious few, because when I was a realtor with Long and Foster and then with Keller Williams for about 10 years. And I was like, I got into this to invest in real estate, and ain't none of y'all buying real estate. You're just selling it and then spending all your money. You're not even saving it and investing it. So anyway,
I agree with that, JJ. And that's why after 33 years in the industry, I said, I want to be the principal. I am tired of being the agent, making all the principals all this money coming in and out. So it's interesting because you have a lot of regulations around you. You have to be very careful how you approach distressed sellers. So I was very interested in this particular meeting. And do we have a video that you're going to show next month, or?
That's what I was trying to do. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to find that video, and then I'm going to upload it secret to YouTube or something. So if I can't get it on my computer, I can do that. Because what it was a 6-hour training. And so we were going to do a piece of it. And so I tried to edit the piece of it, but something with, I'm like literally this morning, they changed the app and I had to reinstall it and nothing. I cannot get any of these videos to work. And I've been clicking on stuff. I don't know if y'all have noticed. I've been clicking on stuff while we're talking just to see, okay, is it just me? Is it that? But it's a training she did. And what I wanted to walk through was how you get at the heart of why it is somebody needs to sell so that they're comfortable with you in developing that lead. Now, I don't know how much that would help with the legalities of it. And to be honest, Devin,
Right.
one of the reasons that I hung up my license is I was like, as was it Trid or Trek or one of those things was coming online, and
Correct.
I was like, this is too much. This is too much. This is not helping me what I was trying to do. And now next year I'm going to go back after I finish my doctorate. I'm actually going to go back and get my real estate license for Texas. But I was just like, at the time, I was like, nope, I got a million things going on, and I don't have the headspace to learn all this stuff right now.
I'm
So,
just renewing my Texas. I don't have to, I'm grandfathered in California, but I pay for both those boards. It's
oh
expensive.
yeah. Well, we
And
definitely
I,
needed to. Oh, go ahead.
go ahead. No, I have a lot of tools available, but sometimes it does get a little bit gnarly with legislation, rules, subject to those types of things, wraps.
Mm-hmm.
They frown on it in different states. What is it? Illinois doesn't allow wholesaling, I think it is, or Missouri. I'm getting leads all around the country, fabulous leads of people that have to sell. I've got one in Northern New York. She wants to sell this small house for $50,000 before it snows. She said, I am on a time frame.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and I'm trying to find an end buyer up there because I'm not going to rehab it.
Right.
I need to wholesale it. And I'm not, oh, that's the other thing, JJ. I'm not licensed in New York, so I don't have to live by Texas Trek rules as an
Not
agent.
no.
All I have to do is tell them I'm an agent in 2 other states.
Mm-hmm.
Correct?
Mm-hmm. That's right. I mean, as far as I know, all you have to do is disclose that you're an agent. And but again, I don't. It's been what you saw the little one that came in. I was pregnant with him when I hung up my license.
Oh, okay.
So it's been a while. So I'm not,
Okay.
but that's the other thing. That was the other thing. That was part of it. It was like, well, gee, there's more rules and regulations and restrictions on what I can and can't do
Totally.
as, but now I'm seeing that in Texas, there's going to be some, especially being as rural as I am, there's going to be some benefit to me. And that's the only reason, but it's not the highest priority. I got to get this doctorate done. But you know what, ladies, I'm so sorry I don't have that video, but if you make sure that I have your email address, and Devin, I think you received my email, my reminder email. Are you on here?
I think I did. Devin.camilleri@exprealty.com.
Okay, let me, if you can just type that in the chat. Can you type it in the chat? Are you able to type? Are you access to type?
I can. Yes,
Okay, because
ma'am.
what I'll do is when I find that clip, we're gonna do it again next week. But when I find that clip and figure out how to get it to where we can play it, I may just have to redo it with the new software. I will send that privately to you four who are on today, and then we'll do a discussion for the big group next time, unless somebody volunteers to facilitate a discussion. Because if we get a local lady who's done some deals in an area that wants to talk about that area, I will always give precedence to that. And so between everybody on here except for my niece has done deals. And so if you would like to take January, February, March, April, or May, those are what I'm trying to schedule out, please let me know and we can let you kick off the discussion. I'm actually kind of thrilled that my computer will not cooperate because I really personally benefited from the discussion with Lisa and Devin. Anybody else feel the same way? Go ahead and do some likes, or not likes and love, but like the little hearts or a little something in the chat to just let them know that you enjoyed this conversation. And so 2 things I want to do before we close out. One, I want to encourage you to be a member of West DFW REI group. All right, because on the portal, once you're a member, you get access to 6 months of the previous meetings. You get an audio version that you can listen to. You get the video version that you can watch. And I do believe the audio downloadable, because I know I've listened to it when I've gone walking. Our internet's so bad, I can't always sit in front of a computer and watch something all the way through. And even if I could, sometimes my my mind is like that. But I listen to some of the meetings, and I love the way that Tim teaches. And so, he's very real with his comments, and you need that. You don't want to go to some places where they're just basically trying to get you to buy stuff and buy mentoring and buy all those things and not delivering. And Tim delivers. And so I want to encourage everybody on that. I want to encourage everybody to be back the next fourth Monday. And then I also want to encourage you. And this is part of my job as a financial planner who actually helps empower people to create their own businesses, to manage money, dump debt, and build wealth. One of the biggest things that I do in that empowerment is encouraging people to get outside of their comfort zone so that they can move forward in the other things that they want to move forward in. So I'm going to encourage each of you that are on today, between now and when I send y'all this video clip, please, please, please do something that's outside of your comfort zone, even if it's non-real estate investment related. Like maybe you've got a pile of stuff on your desk and you haven't been wanting to go through it, and it's been sitting there laughing at you for the last 6 months. And I may or may not be speaking from personal experience here. Tackle that thing, whatever it is, the phone call that you've been needing to make, the cleaning out of the garage that you've been needing to do, the cleaning out of the purse that you've been needing to do, whatever it is that's been a stumble block. And every time you walk past it, you get that negative energy because it's sitting there and you know you need to take care of it, but you haven't. Just take 10 or 15 minutes and attack it. And one of the things that I've discovered, y'all, and y'all can let me know if I'm not alone in this, but I have discovered that so many times I dread something for months, generating negative energy every time I walk past it or think about it. Just for months. And then when I finally tackle it, it's like 10, 15, 20 minutes. Y'all, I could have freed all that energy up to apply towards my dreams, apply towards my goals, apply towards myself, apply towards my family. But no, I let that thing fester and fester. I let those phone calls fester and fester. I let the pile in the garage fester. I let the pile of clothes on top of the treadmill fester. Now look, cleaning those, that's a 2-for-1. You get your clothes off the treadmill and you get to use the treadmill. I know none of y'all have ever done that. It's probably just me, but I want to encourage you on that today. Okay. So just try one of them. And when I send this email, I'm going to ask you, have you been able to step a little bit outside of your comfort zone? Because I know it'll make a huge difference in everything else that you are trying to do. So with that, we're going to close out the formal portion of our meeting. But if you would like to stick on and just chit chat or ask some other questions, you're welcome to. But I want to be respectful of your time, and I want to go ahead and let y'all go. If you want me to send you that video, make sure that in the emails in the chat, I see Devin's, I see Lisa's, I see Manise's, and I think I've got Denise's from the wait. I see Devin's. I think I've got Denise's in the system. Did I get hers yet? No, I don't have hers yet. But I'm going to also go back into the system and try to make sure I check everybody in. But again, thank you for being here today. That's all I have. Does anybody have any last things before we end the formal portion of our meeting?
Yes.
JJ, are we going the fourth Monday again before that video? Is that when we're going to get it?
No, I'm going to send that specifically to y'all on this call and hopefully in a day or two, if not tonight. But we're going to do that video as a discussion for next. And what I'll probably do is I'll probably tack on a little bit more. Like I'll probably make a second video so that because Tim said we can't do the same advertising each time. We have to change it up each time for the SEO. I'm still learning how all that works. And my field is different. My finance field is different. There's certain things you can and can't say, but he likes us to tweak things, or his assistant likes us to tweak things. So I'll probably tack more onto it next time, but you'll get to see what I would have shown today.
Do you do financing?
I don't do financing. I
didn't think so.
I actually teach people to avoid debt unless it's their own primary residence. Okay,
yes, thank you. The 23rd of October is then going to be the next meeting. Is that the fourth Monday?
Is that the fourth? Let me check. Let me just check real quick. If it is, does that mean if it is, you want to leave it for the discussion? 1, 2, 3, 4. That's the 23rd. Yep.
23rd. Okay. I just need to get it in my calendar now. So I'm not late
Okay.
again. Sorry I was late. All right. I
Okay.
wish you well on that video. And I don't know how to stay in touch with you other than that. Do we have your email?
Oh, did I not put it in there? Hold on, let me put it in there. I usually try to
I
drop it
don't
in there.
see it.
It's Queen of Cash Flow USA at gmail.com. You'll know you've got the
I
right
don't
one
see it. Oh,
because
Queen
you
of
will.
Cashflow USA at Gmail. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Thank
Because
you,
you will
ma'am.
find that it'll send you back an autoresponder that says something like, I know what it's like to be gut punched, $800,000 of debt. The things I teach work. They're simple, but they work. Something like that.
Okay. USA.com at Gmail. Okay, USA at Gmail. All righty. Thank you.
Thank you.
Appreciate
You're
it.
so welcome. And thank you, Denise and Manice, for being here your first time. I'm really glad you all came in today. Even though it didn't work the way I wanted to, I believe that everything works the way it's supposed to. So there y'all.
Yep.
I'll see
Thank
y'all
you.
next month.
Thank you. Bye.
Let me save the chat. All right. All right, chat is saved, show in folder. Okay, we're good. All righty. Bye, everybody. Hey, if you're watching the recording, I'm super glad you're watching the recording. Thank you for being a part of our Women's Investor Network. Make sure you come on out and join us at the West DFW REI group. We meet sometimes virtually, sometimes at restaurants. There's so many things going on. Go out to West DFW REI group.com and click the events calendar, and you will find something going on every week, sometimes twice a week, and you will be able to plug into real investors who are doing real estate. Y'all take care and be blessed.